book nerds, this is Gabby and it is that wonderful time of the year when it's time for seasonal recs. Today is the first day of December. If I manage to get out this video on time, we'll see. But because it's the first week of December, I want to do the second installment in my seasonal recs series. And I was thinking, what does winter mean to me? And for some reason it really makes me think either of fantasy books or romance. And since I basically only read fantasy and that's mostly what I talk about, I thought why not talk about romance a little bit, you know, mix it up. So today I'm going to be talking about romance, and I really wanted to do like romantic comedies because that's what really makes me think of like winter and Christmas, because you know, you watch this really cheesy movie like The Night Before Christmas, or I haven't even seen that one yet, but I'm ready. But I don't really know if I know that many romantic comedies, so these will be pretty much books that contain romance and they contain humor, comedy, you know, you get me, you know what a romantic comedy is. Some of these might be not so romantic or not so comedic, you know, it's like a bit of a mix. The first book I have is The Confessions of Georgia Nicholson by The Confessions of Georgia Nicholson by Louise Renaissance. So actually The Confessions of Georgia Nicholson is the series, and the first book in the series is Angus Fong and the Full Frontal Snogging. It's a British comedy series. It follows this girl who's, I don't know how old she is, maybe like 14, 15. It's just Georgia navigating life and relationship. There was a movie based on it. Maybe you watched that. Absolutely adore the movie, but the book is so funny. This is like a compilation. I haven't read this in absolute years. This was the first book I ever read in English. I don't even know if I finished it because this isn't a complete one, so I never actually finished the series, but I really want to read it. I remember laughing and crying. It's so funny and so relatable and just brings you all the warm fuzzy feelings. So like I said, I know my synopsis wasn't very good, but it's legit just about a teenage girl navigating life, living in England, just first crushes, all that, but it's so funny. It's hilarious. I absolutely recommend it if you're just looking for a light read. I swear it's not this big normally, and if you haven't watched it, watch the movie because it's so cute. And it has Aaron Johnson, I think that's his name, Aaron Johnson, and he's so cute. Then I want to recommend Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. It's a story of a girl who has a twin sister and she's never been really apart from her sister, and they're like a pair and they always do everything together. But then when it's time to go to college, her sister decides to go to a different college. And the main character is kind of secluded, I'd say. She's quite shy, she's really into fandoms, she writes fanfiction for a story that's like kind of Harry Potter, but that universe is Harry Potter. It's just a really cute story. I think it speaks to all of those fangirls and ass and nerds and just really about belonging. It's a really cute romance and it's just a lot of fun and I really enjoyed reading it. Kind of a similar one, I'd like to recommend Geekerella by Ashley Poston. This one's kind of a retelling of Cinderella but with nerds and geeks. So the main girl, she's really into fandoms. She had this favorite TV show from like many years ago, like an old TV show, I feel like Star Trek, but like the old one that she really loves, and now they're making a remake, as they do with all things, and they're remaking it, and she's not sure about the main actor who's playing the main guy. It's a really romantic story. It's so adorable. It just gives you the warm fuzzy feelings that you need in winter. It's a light read, a quick read, and it's really cute, and I think it's becoming a series. There's also one that is a retelling of The Princess and the Pauper, and The Prince and the Pauper or Princess and the Pauper? I just know the Barbie version, but anyway. Then we're going more into the adult romance section of this book. Also, I don't know how funny it is. I remember laughing, I think, but I read it in one night. I don't really remember. The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. This follows the story of Stella, who has autism, and she is very socially awkward. She's really good at her job. She's really successful in that, but she feels like her love life could use some improvement because she'd never been in love, and so she hires male escort to teach her about all the sexy stuff and also about how to be in a relationship. I just loved it. It was really good. It was such a quick read. It was really funny, cute, adorable. They were like, the main couple was just the best. I really enjoyed it and I highly recommend it. Then I would recommend To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Yes, all my recommendations are pretty basic, but I don't read much romance. If you've never heard of this, there was also a Netflix adaptation that was absolutely adorable. And this follows the story of a girl who is Korean American and she lives with her father and her two sisters, and every time she has a crush, she writes a letter to the boy, but she doesn't send it, she just puts it away, and that's how she deals with her feelings. And she has a crush on her sister's boyfriend, and she writes a letter for him as well. And then one day the letters get out and they get sent to the boys. It's so warm fuzzy. I probably even preferred the Netflix movie for some reason, because the book has kind of like an open-ended ending. I still really enjoyed it. It was adorable. The main character is so sweet. She's a bit naive, but I think that's a given for some of these stories. And it's just really cute and I appreciated it. Now an oldie but a goodie, The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants by Anne Brasher. Brasher. These are my Polish versions. I really enjoyed these. It's more of a story about friendship than maybe romance, but it's so cute. It tells a story about this group of girls who are friends and who are like kind of inseparable, and they're always together. But then one summer they all go to different places for their summer holiday, and one thing that's connecting is the jeans. So I think they just bought the jeans and they like dazzled them up and stuff, and they all love them so much, and somehow they all fit them even though they're like quite different body types and stuff, and they're just like, this is magic, we need to like send it to each other to stay in touch and make sure we're connected. So they just kind of send it to one another throughout the summer. Such a cute story. It's probably for younger readers, but at the same time I think it's still enjoy even if I read it now. Maybe I'd be a bit more naive than what I like now, but you know, it's still a cute story. I think all of them have kind of cutesy romances, so this is more on their friendship and that kind of love, and also probably more in the comedy, but also there is some romantic love relationships, and it's like first love, so it's super adorable and I highly recommend it. It's such a cute series. And now it's like kind of bonus recommendations, so I would also recommend Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell if you've never read it. It's such a cute, really short book. I think it must be like 100 pages long, but it's so cute. It tells a story of a girl who is really into Star Wars, and a new Star Wars is coming out, and Star Wars is something that she connected with her father-in-law, so she wants to camp in front of the theater before the premiere. So she thinks it's gonna be like super busy, and she remembers her dad telling her about all these stories about what it was like to like camp for Star Wars and how exciting it was. So she camps before, and turns out there's only 2 other people in the queue, because queuing isn't so much a thing because you can actually buy your ticket online. It's a story about her bonding with her fellow Star Wars people. It's kind of a romance. It's really adorable and I loved it so much. I always devour it. I bought like a physical copy, but I don't have it with me, but it's so cute. It's just adorable and such a quick read. If you need something for your Goodreads goal, go. One book, done. And then I'd like to recommend this book, but it's not a comedy. It's really sad, but it's a really cool romance. So I think it's called 3 Meters Above Heaven by Federico Moccia. I bought it many years ago and I read it many years ago. So it's originally an Italian book, and there's also an Italian movie which is just absolutely phenomenal. Like I said, this isn't really a comedy, it's quite a sad story. Honestly, it's about this girl who's like a goody two-shoes, goes to a nice school, wears a little uniform, blah blah, and she meets a bad boy, and this bad boy is just like taking her on a whole new world, and it's about their love and romance. But honestly, I cried so much at the end of this book. It's absolutely amazing. Maybe break your heart, but you know, you have that hot chocolate in winter to keep you warm, even if your heart is broken a little bit. So if after all those cutesy romances you need like a little bit more of a hard-hitting book, pick up 3 Meters Above Heaven. Or maybe you read 3 Meters Above Heaven and need something cutesy to counter it. Well, there you go. But it's really such a great story. I feel like I'm not giving it justice by saying it's a bad boy and a good girl, but it is in essence. But it's really about more. It's about growing up. It's about accepting loss. It's about like all those hardships that come with life. It's just such an amazing story. I actually need to reread it because it's been such a long time, and I think I even love the movie more than I love the book, because I watched it with my cousin and we just cried our eyes out. It's such a sad story, but so beautiful. So I highly recommend it. I really hope you pick it up. So that's it, guys. I'm sorry if these were so basic, but sometimes you need a reminder that there are these cutesy books and you can make yourself feel warm and cozy in this cold weather. I mean, unless you're like Australia. Have a great winter now that it's officially started in 22nd of December. If you read any of these, let me know in the comments. What did you think? Did you think my list was good? Recommend me some, because I'm gonna need some for next year's video, and I really don't read that much romance, I realized. Please like, comment, subscribe, all of those, and ring a bell if you could. That'd be really great and help me out. But thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully I have a lot more before the end of winter. But have a good day. Bye!